Good day, everyone. Hope you guys are blessed and had peace, joy, love, appreciation, respect, and forgiveness. Last week, Ben, one of my favorites, students of the week, biomedical engineering, which is unbelievable, Destin Wade, ethnic studies. This week is Khalil Benson, sociology, and Charlie Arpado, as usual, developmental biology. TV with Arizona game announced for Fox. That gives us 6 games on network television this season. Through 5 games, we're number 2 nationally. Most viewership with 21.5 viewers. We're the only team through week 5 in the top 5 games of every week. Defensive buffs, giving up just 7 points in the third quarter this season and just 5.2 points per game in the second half. CU is one of the 6 teams in the nation that has not allowed 100-yard rusher or receiver this season after allowing 14 last year. Good Lord Jesus. God, that is staggering. PFF grades, Sammy, BJ, Arden, all ranking the top 10 in the Big 12, which I don't know what PFF really is. I don't know who really looks at it. Nikhil Green ranked second. I don't know what I'm not going to even bore you with that. Jordan Seaton named to the On 3, which is one of the publications that's not one of my favorites. He's a freshman All-American team. Micah leads all true freshmen with 3 rushing touchdowns. I thought we don't recruit guys out of high school. My bad. Shedeur named to mid-season. I'm not going to do that because you're going to say I'm talking about my son. Travis, not going to do that because he's just like my son. Anyway, glad to be here. Great walk. Campus is beautiful. Hospitality is great when you're winning. We all know that. But love where we are. But we're not comfortable by any means. Let's go. Ladies first.
Hi, Coach. Nikki Edwards, U Sports 4. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. With the news with Woods and Brown opting for red shirt, has anyone had that conversation with you of having a red shirt?
Yeah.
Could you say specifically who?
Several guys. You got to understand it. I understand it, and I always want what's best for the kids. I really do. Like, that's their prerogative. But, it kind of puts us in a situation because now is there a question, are you redshirting for us or are you redshirting for you? And it should be NCAA rules and guidelines that if you choose that particular course, not that our guys are, we should be able to allow you to go. Because if a guy is redshirting for himself and he don't plan on being here, why would you want him here and he don't plan on being here? That's really not fair to him. It's not fair to his teammates. It's a lot of unfairness, like the gentleman who chose the red shirt, the quarterback. So is it right that he's still practicing or with the team? Like, what course of action is that? Does he? I don't know. Does he? You guys tell me. Does he still practice? So you just let him walk away. It should be something. It needs to be a rule NCAA-wise to, if that's your course of action, they should let them go and start their next journey with the whatever team that is that they've already been talking to, because they've already been talking. Just like the 2 guys from that we played several weeks ago at Colorado State. They said they were offered how much in the portal? How you offered $600 and you didn't get in the portal? Why can none of y'all ask that question? How are you offered $600,000 but you didn't get in the portal? I got time today. All right, let's move on.
Hi, Coach. Taylor Sadowski.
Taylor, how you doing?
Doing great. How about you, sir?
Wonderful.
Fantastic. So bye weeks are fantastic to get your boys' bodies rested, all that kind of good stuff too as well. But for you as a head coach, how does that just do for you fundamentally and mentally too as well? I
go to Texas, which is vacation for me. I go and really relax and recalibrate my mind. And the staff knows that been with me. They know when I get back is home. They know when I get back, I got a list of like 30 things that I want to implement it expeditiously. They know I'm calling while I'm gone and I'm gearing up. I want videos, I want this, I want that. So it's tougher on the coaches when I get away because I come back with much more passion, than I already have, and that's a lot of passion. So I love it, but I wish you can continue to play in the realm that we were playing in, but also we had some guys banged up that needed a week off for sure. So I'm happy about it.
Hey, Coach.
What's
talked
going on,
last
man?
week. What's up, man? How are you? You talked last week about the UCF game and how the extra hours and time in the hotel led to extra film hours.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that can be a kind of like an aha moment for the players, understanding how that can affect them on Saturdays?
Most definitely. It's a moment that they definitely glean from. See, most people think you only learn from your losses, but you learn a lot from your wins. You learn a lot from successes. You don't just learn from when you're getting your butt kicked. I never seen a boxer get knocked out and say, I learned a lot from that, right? Like, that does not happen most of the time. And these young men they understand. I asked them a question this morning. If God were to give you what you desired in this game, what would it be? And what would you sacrifice for it? Great question. And the answer, the responses, and all that I was trying to get them to understand that whatever you want in life, you're going to have to sacrifice something. If you want a lot, you're going to sacrifice a lot. It's not you sacrifice a little and you get a lot. It don't work like that. Life don't work like that. Life is pretty much consistent, tremendously. And football has no feelings or emotions for you. So what you put in, normally you get out.
Hey, Coach. Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
Jason Jones, Sports Illustrated. Since your win against UCF, there have been a lot of national media people, some of which you know personally, have sort of changed their tune on what you in this program can do this year. Mm-hmm. Do you guys notice that, or is noise, whether it's good or bad?
I notice that because I get it from everywhere. I really don't care, honestly, because as quick as they jump on, they can jump off. As quick as they support, they try to dismantle. As quick as they love, they could hate. So I really don't get into that. I know who it is for my purposes. I definitely know who said what for my purposes. And my sons and Darius and all those guys who reach the people. I mean, they and Neely also, they know. They keep me abreast of what time it is, so I know what's what. But as far as the young men, I just don't want them to believe that they arrived. All this hoopla about Jordan Seaton. I say, Jordan, a couple plays they could have had you right there. Our DBs, if they threw the ball right there, they had us. So don't believe that foolishness. Work on your game and work on your craft. Be the best you could be, but don't believe the hype whatsoever. Let's keep our heads down and stay locked in.
Hey, Coach. Pat Graham, Associated Press. Nice to see you.
You too.
Real quick, a procedural question.
Love your hat, man. Love your hat.
Well, exactly. George Brett, baby. Oh,
George Brett, I grew up on George Brett.
that's well you
I
should.
grew up Terry Park.
100%.
I was hustling balls in the third
Wilson?
grade. Third grade. I used to skip school, bring my little sock. I used to beat everybody running when they hit the home run balls, and I used to get the balls, and I used to sell them during the game.
Really?
That was my hustle. I used to always make sure I brought the teacher my best ball with an autograph. I used to sit out there where they came out there out of the clubhouse, and I would get their autographs. And I would beg for crack bats. Crack bats was like $10 or $15. A good home run ball and BP was like $3.50, $1.50 bat ball. Amos Otis, I used to go down there in the batting cages and help him pick up the balls. I used to be standing on the gate, little kid, darn 7, 8 years old, and he used to let me come in, and I help him get up the balls and pick up the balls, and he would give me several of them, and that was my hustle, man. So George Brett, Amos Otis, Willie Wilson, all those guys was my guy. And to top this story off, I was drafted by the Kansas City Royals out of high school.
Really?
Dick Hauser was the manager. Dick Hauser is the one, the late, great Dick Hauser was the one that said, son, if you're good enough for us to draft you right now, I hear you're a pretty good football player. I would go to college and we'll draft you again. And that's why I went and played football, because they offered me a substantial amount of money, even though I wasn't an early round pick. But there's a lot of money from a kid that grew up 2 miles from the place in the hood. Wow. So that's my story about the Royals.
You and Bo Jackson have been perfect.
Hey, man. I don't think they'd let that happen, but
Hey, you, Shiloh. What's the update?
He's
on
ready.
that?
Shiloh's ready. He's practicing. He's full go. Has a rubber cast on. He's doing his thing. I can't wait to see him back there because he and Cam they're unbelievable together. Carter has done a wonderful job. Got a lot of experience, and he's in on some packages as well. But Shiloh's full go. We should have the entire starting defense this week.
Nice. And then to kind of piggyback off his question,
sir.
Can you take any lessons from 3-0 last year and apply them to 4-1 this year?
Two different teams, two different situations, two whole different thought processes, even with the staff, as well as the young men we have in this locker room. But yes, me personally, it's some things that I've done tremendously differently in my approach and to detail with the staff, as well as the young men that play on this team, as well as with the support staff as well. So we had a 6:30 meeting this morning to reiterate some things that I wanted to see on the scout teams to give us the look that we wanted and expedite the look. So yes, there has been different things from my approach, definitely. But those are totally different young men that's out there, man. What we have on defense, I think, is it 2 players, 3 players that started a year ago? I think that's Cam, Shiloh, and Benson, right? Coates, Shane. Yeah, 4. I'm sorry. That's it. So we have several new players that are really doing a great job for us. And offense, what is it, 2? Shedeur, Travis. Jimmy, 3. That's it. I love it.
Hey, Coach. I'm Jack Harlow with Buffalo's Wire. How's it going?
Jack Harlow.
We saw a video of you earlier this week telling your team that you guys shouldn't be surprised that you're 4-1.
Right.
So I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on that message and why you felt the need to share it.
How can you be surprised that you're winning in life, Jack? How can you be surprised that you put on a nice outfit and somebody tells you look good? How can you be surprised when you get out that barbershop and you look in that mirror and say, that's the one? Like, how can you be surprised with the expectation you have for yourself? The only way you can be surprised is you didn't expect it. We expect the results when we put in the work. I just don't want it going to their heads, but we shouldn't be surprised of where we are. We should be appreciative in understanding what allowed us to be where we are, but it should be no surprise to you. So when it's a surprise, you get kind of discombobulated and you kind of take things wrong instead of really looking at it and dissecting why you are where you are. It shouldn't be no surprise to anybody, but I don't want them to be in lackadaisical thinking this is easy, because the wind don't care who attains it. Has no mind, no memory, or no whatsoever. Does not care. So it might as well be us if it has no care and no feelings for it.
Hey, Coach. John Treach, 9 News. A slightly different question. 4-1 is an uncommon place, and everything is out there for you, conference-wise and beyond. To have that right now, I mean, how exciting is that within your program?
It's not, because you don't expect it. I can tell the way you asked the question, but we do. We expect that. We're some of us are still upset about the Nebraska game. We wish we had that right now, because we felt like we weren't where we are then, where we are right now. Like, we really expect that. It's not being cocky or anything like that. That's what we expect. When we practice like we do, prepare like we do, we expect the results. And we have some players that can really play this game at a high level. That's why scouts are here every day. We just happen to have 2 that, like I said previously, will probably be in the top 2 of the top 5 draft picks. And everybody disputed that, didn't they? This summer? I can't get no help in the church over here. Didn't they dispute that? And get some help over here in the church. I know not to look at that side anymore. They disputed that. Hey, he don't know what he's talking about. Now it is what it is. You start seeing this stuff become a reality. It's real. And we didn't speak it into existence. We know what we see. I know this game. You got to give me some kind of credit for knowing this game of football. I played it for 14 years. I covered it for 20 years. I covered it more than some of you guys have covered it. And I know television, I know this game, I know people, I know management, I know what my expectation is. I know how this thing is supposed to look. So I call a spade a spade. Great question, though. Appreciate it.
Hey there.
How you doing, sir?
Mark Kislett, Denver Gazette. I'll follow up on something you just said. You have 3 of the top 10 players in college football, and Travis is 2 of them. And that's
well said.
So now I'm going to go beyond that. we've seen from Travis things that we've seldom seen in college football.
True.
We saw from you in baseball and football things we seldom have seen from an athlete. Is Travis more talented as an athlete than you were?
It's not me against Travis. I had my turn, man. I'm not a doorknob anymore. You can't just turn me on and off like a light switch anymore. I don't do that. Travis is everything. It's his turn now. I want him to have all the accolades, all the praise, all the love, all the attention, all the focus that he desires. I've had my turn. I'm that old boxing coach in the corner that says left, right, hit him right here. All right, come on up to the corner. Let me tell you that's who I am right now. I've had my turn. It's not me against him.
Do you see some of your
I see similarities in certain areas, especially away from the game, especially his demeanor away from the game. I absolutely love it, and I love who he is in the game. We don't smoke, we don't drink, we're not profane. Travis is a really, really, really good young man, a really good young man. Contrary to what you may think, and this is not a shot at any other program, and God forbid that it transpires, but our kids ain't getting in trouble, man. We got some good young men in this locker room, and I think they should be applauded, regardless of what you say or think about them, regardless of how they perform or how they don't perform this week. They get it right and perform the next week, and they're not getting into trouble. And guess what? The GPAs are tremendous. I just checked them and got on a couple of their butts, but they're doing a great job, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the coaches, and I'm proud of the academic team for the standard that they've set. And we are on our way to where we're headed. And I love the direction. I truly do. Tremendously. Not talking about any other college. Just talking about us. I don't need to step on somebody for us to look taller. Never done that when I played, and I won't do it now.
Coach Prime, speaking of one of those young men, Nakai Hill-Green, just how would you describe his impact, on the field, but as a leader for this team as well?
We have a plethora of leaders on that defensive side of the ball, which is a good thing. He's one of them. I cannot praise him without praising Bentley as well. Those guys is like they have a silent competition amongst one another to see who gets to the ball the quickest, to see who racks up the most tackles. Those guys are at it. Both of them are a little banged up, but guess what? They fight through it at practice. I try to give them days off, and they still want to work. So his impact on this defense is tremendous. I love the tone. I love the temperament, the aggressiveness, the physicality. I love what he brings to the table, as well as the intellect and insight.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell from Boulder Daily.
What's going on?
I have a question and a follow, but you mentioned you guys are different now than Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem like you guys are different from starting when you came out of halftime at Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
How much joy do you get seeing this team kind of growing in confidence from that point to where you're at now?
Tremendous, because I've seen it well before, and I know coaches get upset because coaches and parents get upset because we know your capabilities. We know what you have inside of you, and we just want you to live out your purpose and what you should be doing. That's why parents get upset with some of y'all in here, and I get upset with some of my kids because of the same darn thing. Coaches are the same way. We're really parenting a football player out there on the field. And just to see them come into their own, just to see them execute the assignments, just to see them want it, just to see them call team meetings on their own and come out here on the practice field and work on their own without us, shoot, that's what you want. I mean, that's the kind of guys that you wanted to gather and call it the team. Those are the type of young men, and those are the men that we have. And, yeah, we had to get rid of some luggage because, we had a limited time to go shopping. And I do mean shopping. And it's unfortunate that's what we do now in college football. Even with guys out of high school, you shopping, and you hope that this outfit look good on you, but sometimes it don't when it gets in the light. So it's a good thing. We're happy where we are, but we're a long way from where we want to be.
Just a quick follow-up to that. With the bye, did you worry at all that a bye would kind of kill some momentum, or do you think this team came back eager to let's keep going?
Worry and faith can't live together. I'm a man of faith, not a man of worry.
Go ahead, Rylan. Last one.
Hey, Coach, Rylan Scholes from Ralphie Report. You have the opportunity to play against one of the big contributors last year in a person you've known for a long time in Dylan Edwards. What is it going to be like to face off against Dylan as an opponent?
They changed their name to Dylan Edwards? That's what the team is called now, the Dylan Edwardses? We ain't playing against Dylan Edwards. We playing against a darn good football team, man. Dylan just happened to be on their team. I love the young man. I love him to life. I really do. And everybody who leaves here in the right manner, and as well as just leave, period, I want them to be successful. I have never wished wrongful or bad things on any young man or woman in my life or any of you all. I want you to be successful, and I want you to find your purpose. If you find your purpose and you understand what it is, you won't hate on me. You won't hate on your neighbor, your friend, or your family member. So Dylan made a tremendous choice for he and his family, and I support that 100%. I just hate when guys make those decisions and they leave and they shoot back at us. If you going where you're going, you don't shoot back because you're so focused on where you're headed. You ain't got time to turn around and shoot back. So I thank him for not being that guy. And we had some great moments, and he's going to have many more great moments, so I'm proud of him. I just don't want him to perform well against us, but I want him to perform well against every other team. I really do.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Hey, Dallin, Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. Just being able to get back on the field in the last game, I mean, how good did that feel? And just how far do you feel like the running game has come just in the last couple weeks alone?
Well, first of all, man, it's a blessing. I got to be back out there with the guys. You know, them 2 games I missed. I hated not being out there because I wanted to help the team, obviously. And the run game, man, I feel like we're getting better each and every week. You know, Zay, Micah did a great job while I was out. Then all 3 of us last game I felt did really good in the run game.
Hey, Deion. Brian Howell from Bola Daily Camera. Just curious from your perspective how the team handled balance in the bye week with, you know, needing some time off, but also staying focused and coming back ready to go.
I mean, we have a pro mindset team, so you know there was no distractions during the bye week. Everybody was focused on the main goal. You know, everybody wanted to get their bodies right, you know, but get away from it, but still like be where your feet are.
Hey, Dallin, Pat Graham, Associated Press. Not asking you to compare the 2 programs, but you know what a contending program looks like. What about this program at 4-1 makes you feel like it's a contending program? What ingredients do you see in this team that makes it a contending team?
I mean, everybody on the team I feel like has a pro mindset. You know, everybody bashes us for bringing a bunch of portal guys here, but you know, we brought a bunch of portal guys like that have came from winning programs on this team, and I feel like all the guys are like bringing that winning mentality to this team, and we're doing a really good job, and I can't wait to keep going.
Hi, Dylan. Adam Munster, Tiger 24/7 Sports. How are you doing physically? What kind of got you out of the mix early, and are you close to back to 100%?
Yeah, I'm definitely close back to 100% for sure. You know, nobody gonna be 100 as the season goes because, you know, you're gonna get banged up. That's just part of the position I play. But I'd say I'm definitely getting there.
Dallin, Harrison Simeon, Scobo Sports. You've spoken on the Coaching for Literacy charity that you've contributed to in the past. When you got in the end zone for your first time as a Buff against UCF, did that mean a little bit extra to you?
Yeah, I mean, of course it means a lot to me because that charity is a big thing back home for me and, you know, holds a special place in my heart. Actually, my mom went to an event that they held back home when I was in Florida for me since I was absent. So, yeah, they always hold a special place in my heart.
Dallin, on film, you're doing a lot more gap scheme stuff than when a lot of the other guys are running. What goes into that? Is that a style that you're more comfortable with?
I mean, you know, I just run the plays that I call, you know, but I would say I'm comfortable with those type of schemes, but, you know, I just execute the plays that's called.
In practice, just going up against your defensive line, you know, Shedeur over there, just how have you seen that defensive line room kind of improve in terms of stopping the run?
They doing a great job, and, you know, last game they made a statement, you know, stopped one of the best running backs in the conference, and I trust those guys each and every week, and they're going to keep going.
Down, you obviously play a role in pass protection as well, and it seemed like just from the eye test, the UCF game was one of the best games in terms of you guys giving Shedeur time in the pocket. How much pride do you take in that, and how much ground do you feel like you guys have made up in the last couple of weeks there as well?
We've done a great job pass protecting. You know, I take pass protecting very serious because if my quarterback gets hit by my man, that's on me, and to me that's being selfish. So I take that very serious.
Hey, Chidozie.
How you doing?
Nikki Edwards, Hughes Sports Report. Similar to Dallin, how good did it feel to get back on the field and the defensive line having one of their best games of the season against UCF?
It felt great just to be back with my boys, like Dallin said, but it just felt great, honestly. I was ready to get back and compete.
Brian, go ahead. First of all, can you start with a tutorial on how to pronounce your name?
It's Chidozie Wonkwo. The first N in my last name is silent.
Thank you. Second of all, you guys have faced a lot of teams who want to run the ball. I'm curious if you guys feel like each challenge that you face there, you're getting a little bit stronger against those style teams.
Can you say it one more time? Sorry.
Just you guys have faced a lot of teams that want to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like each week you kind of face that similar challenge? You guys are getting stronger in that area?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. If it was me, I'd do the same thing. If I was a head coach at another school, I want to run the ball too. But we definitely getting stronger each and every week. And, just seeing different blocking schemes and stuff like that, it's getting us better, knowing that we are a young D-line. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Chidozie, just from observing you, seems like you're a guy who's, isn't afraid to speak his mind, especially, in that position room, one of the leaders. How challenging is that in a quick turnaround, one school to another school, to assume that kind of position and get comfortable, or is that just who you are?
I would say it's just who I am because where I was at the University of Houston, I was the young guy. And I was around a whole bunch of older guys like Logan Hall, Payne Turner, guys like that. And just transitioning over, being at Colorado now, it's just easier because I understand the younger guys. I understand where they're coming from because I was also that guy that didn't know how to do certain blocks, how to play certain blocks, that got frustrated at times. But so I know how to talk to them and stuff like that,
Chidozie, how's it going, my boy? Scott Proctor, Colorado here. When Kansas State head coach says yesterday that their identity right now is number 31, their running back, DJ Giddens. How much importance does that put on you guys up front to, make your presence felt in,
I mean, it's just going to come down to alignment, assignment, and technique. That's really all it is to it, It's being where you're supposed to be where your feet at. Doing everything right. Do the right thing. Don't be stingy. Don't be nosy. Don't just stay in your gap and dominate. And we'll be fine.
Chidozie, Pregame Associated Press. You were part of the team. You helped turn around Houston when you were there. I think you were 12-2 one year. What are some of the maybe hallmarks or maybe ingredients you're seeing at CU that is allowing you guys to go 4-1 and start the turnaround here?
I would say, as far as the leaders on the team, just the impact that we play to all our teammates. They all believe in us, and that's what it takes to have a winning program. Everybody got to buy in and believe in one another and learn how to be a follower because that's also how you lead. So.
Hey, Chidozie. Brian Howell from Bola Daily Camera. It seems like just in watching you guys that there's more confidence that you guys are gaining each week. Are you feeling that like there was some confidence gained from CSU and then Baylor and then you seem to play with a lot of it at UCF. Are you feeling that this team is growing in confidence?
Most definitely. It just comes with preparation. As we prepare each week, we just had a bye week and it was much needed and well deserved from everybody on the team. But now that we're back, preparation. As long as we prepare right and stay together, we're going to be fine.
John, go ahead.
You guys are 4-1. That's an uncommon place in college football. And to have everything in the conference and beyond still out there for you, what's that like in the building, just knowing that everything's in reach?
See, me, I'm all of a stay humble guy, 4-1 is great, but we can do better, and we know we leave stuff on the table each and every game. So that's what we focus on, getting better each and every game. And the winning 4-1 record is great, though. Don't get me wrong, but we just strive for better.
Hi, Chidozie. Adam Tiger, 24/7 Sports. How have you taken to the coaching from D. Lou and Coach Sapp, and what are some of the things they've kind of added to your game?
I just soak everything in, soak as much as I can in, and they've added a lot to my game, as far as the consistency part of it and what NFL coaches look for. And, just as far as my alignment and my assignment and technique as well, just moving my feet on blocks and just doing the little things right. That's what they added to my game.
Tyler.
Hey, Shedeur, Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. You guys have also faced a bunch of running quarterbacks so far this season. North Dakota State, Baylor game, there were some big touchdown runs that they had, but you guys were able to limit KJ Jefferson in the last game. How much do you guys feel like that was an emphasis in that game, and just how much do you feel like you guys have gotten better knowing you're going to face another running quarterback this week?
Man, just everybody doing that 111, just doing the right thing, being where you're supposed to be, playing your alignment, assignment technique. That's what it comes down to as far as the front seven in football,
Hey, Shedeur, Jack Carlo with Buffalo's Wire. Going back to the leadership, from your perspective, are there any teammates on the defensive side of the ball who you've seen grow in terms of leadership and just getting their voice out there?
I would say we all grow every day. Like one of y'all said, we build confidence every day in each other. So as far as that, everybody in my eyes is a leader on the team. Everybody plays a role to one another.
Chidozie, Harrison Simeon, Scobuff Sports. You were a two-time state champion and wrestler in high school. What are some of the traits that you learned in your time in that have kind of carried over and made you the player that you are?
Just using the opposite player's leverage against them, staying low and having a base level, ground center level, just staying low for the most part.
Chidozie, what's it like playing for Robert Livingston and just a younger guy, first time play call and all that, but the performance you guys have shown under him?
It's different, man. I love his energy, man. He brings the energy every day. We have a thing where before you come in the building, you have to have your mind made up, ready to work, because this is a job at the end of the day. Not that we get paid for it, but yeah, having him around is just exciting. It makes you want to play for him. It makes you want to just go to work and attack every day.
How are you feeling physically coming off the injury, and how do you maintain your physical health?
Just staying up here with the training staff. We have a great facility, and just continue to better myself. Just putting the work in for my body, and that's pretty much it.
Defense so far has been stellar. PFF loves you guys, but it doesn't seem like you guys get the recognition you deserve. Do you think that you guys deserve more recognition, and do you still kind of have that underdog mentality?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Me and the whole defense, I'm sure of, we will always have that underdog mentality. And, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, kind of. We just focus on going to work every day. We'll get the result. That's all that matters.
Anything else for Chidozie? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It was good to have the guys have a weekend off, try to recharge a little bit mentally and physically. We're back at it with a normal week of prep, normal stuff, and we'll be on the grass fields first half of this week. So we'll see the guys at 2:40 today. I know Coach True saw them this morning, and guys, we're excited about getting back to work. We know it's going to be a big task going to Colorado. We got to continue on from our game planning last week and really hone in on a lot of the details of the game plan this week.
Coach, based on what happened over the weekend, are you glad you didn't really pick this as an off week, but it fell in your lap to have an off week?
It was an interesting Saturday for sure. And some of that is just what college football is right now with great parity, and you better come ready to play, and you better have your A game. And there's a lot of really good teams out there that people don't know about that have really good, talented players. And, you just look at our league, there's some teams that won on the road, and those are huge wins when you get them on the road. And so just across the landscape, there was a lot of top 25 teams that either didn't play their best or give the opponent credit. They played well.
A little bit to look at Colorado. What are your biggest concerns with the Buffaloes?
There's a lot of concerns that we have. Obviously, go to the offensive side.